Hi, I'm Jim, and this is Jim's Fixes Shop. If I can, I'm going to add this to the end of the rebuild on the snowblower engine. If I can't, this is going to be a separate video. It's going to be hopefully very short. So let's see what we can come up with here. We got these covers we got to put on. Some of this stuff, I don't even know, I didn't take it off. Well, this plastic I did. But as far as dealing with this choke rust stem, it was busted when I got it. And I don't know what it's supposed to look like. But I'm thinking this is way, this is way too long. But let's see, we had to put this through here. So when I ran it, it wouldn't, the butterfly for the choke wouldn't flop open and close. Let me wiggle it over here. So we're gonna put this in here, which typically should be fairly simple, typically. You see the slot through the shaft? That's where the butterfly goes. Supposedly, all you got to do is just jerk this little sucker out of here and slide it in the new one. Sure, just slides right out. Well, it did come out. There's the broken end of it. This has got to go in. Now, which way do we turn it? There's the cover. Choke is this way. I would say that's how it's supposed to go in there. Now, we can slide it in without busting it. It took me like 4 weeks to get this part. I don't want to break it. Wow, went in good. That's because it's in there upside down. Don't you love it? Let's try it this way. Oh, that looks much better. I hope you can see something here, guys. That's supposed to be off. Now, we gotta plug all this stuff in. This is our little kill switch. That's gotta go in here. This is our primer bulb. That's gotta go on there. And then somehow we gotta get this, we gotta pull that wire back off. It's gotta be around there. I think we better put it over the gas line or we're gonna mess up with our governor rod. Snap that back on. And there you go. You got that on there. Whoop, first we better we'll take that back off. First we gotta put this on. This is the only snowblower engine I ever seen anything over the opening of the carburetor. Well, that's got to go on like that. Must go this way. Been too long. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that looks good. We'll try it out and see what happens. We can always take it back apart, right? Now, I tell you, I don't remember how this thing came apart. I really don't. Well, that's got to go on there like that. Well, that looks right. Now, we got that caught down there. Things are not going exactly like I would have hoped. Okay. Now we can plug in our kill switch. And we got a little thumb screw for one of them. Apparently one vibrated out and I lost it. Yeah, I can see right now this is not the right lever for this thing. I hate to even snap it on there, but as you can see, it's a little long. I'll have to take that back. What's it been, like 6 weeks to get this? And it's the wrong one. Don't you just love it? And that's it. That's as far as I can go. Just my luck. I can't believe that. Well, it would probably work. It'd break that off in a heartbeat. Especially if we're just going to use this thing at work. Here's a little switch. So like I said, I'll try to add this to the rest of these videos. And if I can't, this is going to be a little short. Maybe I'll wait until I get the right knob and add it to the end of this. So hang on, who knows what's going to happen at this point. All right, I come down to the shop to put this engine back on this machine, and I do have the correct knob. Very short, but I'm not going to snap this thing on until I make sure the engine runs good. He said he put a new spark plug in it, but in order to get the spark plug off, you gotta take this off and all that plastic guarding around the carburetor. They really put that plug in a terrible spot. So let me tip the camera down and we'll grab the engine. Don't know if you noticed, but they have washers underneath of the engine. I don't know if that's because the belts were too short or why they did that. Or I should say too long. I gotta take this off. Post is right in your way. I'm taking the bolt out that holds the main pulley on. And then there's a short belt down in here. If you take this first half of this pulley off, the belt will just slip over the shaft. And we can put this back on. Well, might as well slip the belt on, I guess. This is a 1/2 inch bolt going in the end of the crankshaft. We get the lock washers and nuts on these studs coming out of the engine, out of the frame. Now in this particular machine, the studs are welded into the frame, so you don't have to get underneath of it to get a wrench on the end of the bolt to keep it from turning. Engineers were actually thinking on this one. There is no room for a socket and a ratchet in there. At least they screw on all the way with your fingers. And we'll take them up. Can't even get a closed end on it. You gotta use the open end wrench. Mix them two. Now, let's see if it runs, shall we? Oil looks good. Did bring some gas with me. One, if we had any gas down here, it wouldn't be ethanol free. Might as well fill it right up. Now, as soon as I make sure it runs all right, I'll put that handle on here. Cold-blooded, I guess. Oh, what's wrong way? Well, what's going on here? It's hard to read this sticker out here, but I had the gas shut off. Let's see what it does now. Well, it looks good to me. I couldn't read that sticker. I thought the gas was on. I had it off. Let's see if we can snap this thing on without breaking anything. Wow. Boy, I sure don't have to worry about that coming off. So, this is done. Running. Oh, the guess it's not done. Sorry about that. I got this cover to put on. And I think that's 3/8. Yep. I guess I put the bolts back in here so I wouldn't lose them. Well, actually, the cover's got slots in it. So you don't really have to take the bolts all the way out. Now we're done with it. Finally. Oh, see if I can wiggle this camera through here. So I'm, like I said, I don't know what they're going to do with it. If they're going to use it here, sell it. I don't know. With some of the ruffians we have around here, I think they ought to just sell it. Because really, we got a company that snowplows. Here in Roosevelt Park, they got a tractor that goes down the sidewalks. All we have to do is shovel from the door to the sidewalk. We don't really need a snowblower. But that's up to the boss. So this one's done. It's running, thank goodness. And I guess I'll see you next time. So have fun, work safe, and I'll talk to you later. So long.